So I have finally tied the A-frame with the SOLOGNAC tarp I have, and as you can see that there is paracord use everywhere. So I have not used any carbine hooks or any other fancy stuff. It's just few pegs and the paracord that I had created a video earlier. I will just walk you through to the setup. So this is a, if you see here properly, I hope you're able to see this one. So this is a trucker's hitch which I have used to tension this ridge line here. This ridge line is around 15 meters long. If you have watched one of my previous videos where I talked about the distances between the trees in the woods where I camp regularly, it is around 7 meters or something if I recall correctly, and then the one from this tree to that these two here, it is around 14 meters. But then since there is a lot of uneven surface and a lot of shrubs there, I avoided to tie that ridge line. But the challenge has been that the wind is flowing from this direction, from the westward. So the problem is that this tarp is getting bent on one side and it is getting expanded on the other. But that's okay. This is the A-frame that I was trying to achieve. Now we go to the other end just to have a look at it. So this is the Siberian hitch. This is also one slip knot. You just pull it and then it comes loose. So just for those who are beginners like me, the steps would be to first tie this Siberian hitch on one end of the tree. This will be your anchor end, or the end from where you begin, and then you create, or you tie the trucker's hitch to the other end. You pull this to tension the whole ridge line, and then these are the open prusiks. You can I might create a video in the future, but just in case you want to get started immediately, this is an open prusik loop which I have tied in the tents, the tarp's hooks here, and then similarly there is one here and three here, and then there is one at this another end. And the good thing about this prusik loop is that when there is some tension applied to this, it becomes tight, but if you loosen up you can move it. So I can practically move this. You see this I can move. So this gives you extreme flexibility even after mounting your tarp. In some of the traditional setups you will see that this ridgeline is first tied, and then people send these loops or the hooks of the tarp from this ridgeline. But the challenge with that part is that you always have this, you cannot basically move. If you have to move, you have to move the whole tarp along that ridge line. With this prusik loops, it's kind of a easier movement. And I actually plan to create a video for this whole setup, but I don't have the gear for that, not even a standard cell phone tripod stand. So I might create that in the future, but this is just to show you the end result. This is not even perfect because I have put those pegs there. Those are all Y-shaped pegs. So just ensure you don't use the X-peg shapes, X-shaped pegs if you are having a lot of this pine needles or moist ground, because the other hook tents or the shepherd pegs, they will just come off easily. So even this I have not been able to peg all the way down because of these roots and rocks, but those are your best chance. And if you look at this tarp, it is pretty dark, and even if it is sunny and warm outside, you will still get a pretty good sleeping condition inside. This is 2.9 by 2.7, so I think the width is 2.7 and the length is 2.9, so a little less than your standard 3.3 tarp. But my main objective was to actually try the different shapes. So I actually want to close that end and see if I can create a shelter, or you can also create a collapsible end on one side and one end is permanently closed, so you have kind of a tent side kind of setup. But today the winds are so strong that I'm having really difficult time to actually keep the tarp stable even for a minute. So I think I will close this here itself, and then maybe when the conditions are a bit less windy, I will try the other possible options of creating a tent from this top. Anything else that I would have missed out? Yeah, maybe I will create another video if I have the suitable gear in the future about how to create this knots and loops, because that is the foundation. So this getting a tarp and putting the pegs is not the big deal here. The main crucial aspect, or the beginning step, or on which the entire structure is going to rest, is this ridge line. So this you need to get really nice, and there are no empirical measures. Some people say that it should be 10 meters. For me it is 7 meters, but I have still cut 15 meters. So the problem now I have is that on this end I have a lot of loose paracord hanging, so I need to find a way to create some kind of a loop which can easily untie, but that's maybe for some other time.